Hello viewers, it's Super GT here. Welcome back to the ORL V8 Supercars Championship. Okay, so we are here at Sonoma Grand Prix circuit. It's a tricky one. It's going to be tough, and I've just about qualified for the A lobby once again. As we can see, they're 14th out of 14. Josh there, engaging reverse gear off the line and going momentarily backwards. We set the lobby quite wrong there. Actually, put ghosts on. So it caused a bit of carnage as everyone came out of the ghosts around the first turn. Someone off there, I think that's Davin. Someone very slow anyway, or actually it was Hamish I believe. So Hamish not having the best of starts, dropping down, so I've gained a position. As is kind of my typical way here, I do often qualify at the back of the A lobby. It's proven to be the case in the last two rounds, so from there you can only really try to make up any position you can. Just do your best. Any position gained is good because technically everyone ahead of you is quicker. We are at Sonoma Grand Prix. It's a tough configuration, this one, and we've changed car. As you can see, we were driving the Mercedes in the previous rounds, but as a team decision, we came to the decision to swap to the Volvo, which you can see here. Just easier to drive, I found, and it's just a lot less painful coming out of the turns. So that's an overall good change. What that does for the championship though is it gets rid of all our points, so we have to start again. Into the hairpin, or into the chicane, sorry. Looking up the inside of Josh, it bunches up a little bit, and Josh there getting a poor run out of the corner. So I'm through into 12th at the moment behind Nee, the good old Australian. And then I'm just going to go into the back of him there, kind of bunches up once again. And then that's Josh back through into 12th. Hamish still just behind us in 14th of 14. Up at the front of the pack we have Redline setting some very quick lap times in the 32s. I was about a second off of him. So we're going to move then to lap number 4 of 12 through the fast sweeping chicane at the back of the circuit, coming down towards turn 9, the chicane. It's going to bunch up once again, and that's knee into the side of Josh. And am I going to be able to get a run? Not quite this time, but I am right on the tail of Josh here, looking for a potential move into the hairpin at the end of the lap, looking up the inside, but then thinking better of it, not really wanting to go for a total lunge there and totally ruin everyone's lives. We look then to lap number 6, so we're about halfway into the race, and then coming up to the same point once again. It's a tough place. It's just a tough track really, but this is probably one of the toughest places to keep the racing very close. As we can see there, Emil Nielsen a couple of seconds ago just falling foul of a collision up the inside of Josh there, as kind of got hemmed in by Nee, and then on the exit wasn't quite able to get the traction down as I would have wanted. So then Josh is just going to get back into 11th place. So still 12th here, Hamish on our tail, so we do have to think about that as well. We're going to go for a lap here. I'll show you what an entire lap of this circuit looks like in this car. It's a very tough one because of the undulations and the fact that V8 Supercars have very high power. It's very high, very hard on the throttle coming out of the turns with traction control banned for this series. So you do have to be very, very careful. Of course, the tuning setup is going to help quite a lot as well. Into the carousel, over the dip. They're going down 2 gears into 3rd, waiting momentarily to get onto the gas. There's a big dip about there, and then that is where the car kind of hunkers down. You can get some decent grip and get on the throttle a little bit earlier. And I just realised I said gas, which is what we don't really say in England. We say throttle or accelerator. But anyway, through the hairpin, like a 270-degree corner, a very long one. As you come into the back section, this chicane here is quite crucial to carrying speed through into a good overtaking opportunity into turn 9 of the chicane. Carry a lot of speed in, go down to the first gear. You can take those curbs quite a lot and it still regards it as clean. So if it looks like we're cheating, it kind of is within the laws of the game. Braking on the Sea of Cola there on the left hand side billboard, which seems to get us in nicely for the final turn. We're going to cross the line to do a 1 minute 33 0.7, so not too bad of a lap, probably one of my quicker ones. At the end of the race, that was about it. Not much else happened. seemed to be a hot lapping session in the end. Finishing 11th, Car Lightning, who was ahead of us, had a disconnect. So there are the results. Red Line kind of running away with that one. Mr. Jack in second, and Virtuosity rounding out the podium in third. The top 10 are going to be reversed for the grid of the second race, so unfortunately I will be starting still in 11th. Red Line, who won the race, will be starting in 10th, as we can see there. Arkinator, new to the series, a little bit slow off the line, but I think he had a bit of an issue with the timings there. Apparently his timing was a little bit different. But I've gone back down into last place already, just trying to be a little bit overcautious in the early stages here. Getting a little bit aggressive in the mid-pack, as we can see, a lot of contact, but still everyone's facing forward, which is a good thing. But then coming through the chicane of 3, a bit more contact. Davin Mate is round, and Hamish has been involved as well. So that's 2 bad starts for Hamish, unfortunately. So he's back down behind me. So I seem to have a bit of deja vu here, because I'm behind Josh in 11th once again with Hamish behind. So he seems to have settled down into a familiar pattern. Just going to try again to do the very best we can. I'm pleased to always get into a lobby because of the level of driver that we can see on show today, and in all of the rounds in that case. I'm also the top representative of the GTR club, so always proud to be carrying the flag for those guys. So this video, actually, I'll make a point quickly that I've just decided to put the 2 races into one video instead of 2, because I felt the action wasn't really sufficient in race 1, so I kind of bundled them together. Through the chicane then, it kind of bunches up, or it does bunch up a lot through that chicane, as it's the slowest place on the circuit, or one of. I think this hairpin here is very slow as well. Down to 30 miles an hour on the apex, so indeed very slow. Coming across the line to round out lap 1 of 24, we were in 11th. By this stage here, so lap number 6, a couple of guys have pitted, so we've gone up into 9th place. Up ahead there, that is Mr. Jack, up into 6th place ahead of Emil Nilsson. Emil Nilsson dropping down into 7th, then getting out of shape and out of line coming out of the hairpin. It's going to put him in a compromised position, let's say, going into this chicane, and then that is going to put Josh GT right on his tail, looking for a move into the chicane. I'm just going to have to cut the corner there, otherwise I was going to go into the back of him. So just bunching up once again into the chicane, looking for those tiny spaces to go for a move into the final turn. I'm going to go for a lunge and almost collect Emil Nilsson, but then that's way too deep, and I'm not going to make the your mum joke again. So Josh there going back into 6th place. A couple of guys have pitted, so momentarily going up a position, but then losing it once again. Definitely way too deep on the brakes there. Now this is going to be one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done. I probably shouldn't have shown this, but anyway, I decided to go for a pit stop and just completely forgot where I was going. Who can say where the road goes? So I think I got momentarily distracted by a packet of discos and went the wrong way. So that obviously cost me a lot of time, maybe five or so seconds, which in a lobby of this standard is just way too many. It turned into a bit of hot lapping session, but then a lap later, here's how you do it properly. You just go flying to the left this time. Then I actually made it in. So it shows I can do it, just not first time. So that unfortunately put us way back, like, well, about 600-700 feet behind, in 13th out of 13. So all I can do really from here is just hope that other people crash or quit or lag out, I guess, and that's about it. Eventually that kind of did happen, so Emil Nilsson involved in something. I also gained a position before that. I think it was Hayasa who had a disconnect. So I did move up, not into last place, but just ahead, but then Emil Nilsson left, so I wasn't last again. But then we did manage to reel in Josh GT of the AMS club. So we did have some sort of target, at least, in this race at the end. We're going to run with the last lap or so here, as I try to run him down. Now, he did appear to have some sort of damage. I don't think I would have caught him up at this kind of rate, because I was gaining maybe 200-300 feet every lap, or at least half a second. So I think, well, I almost certainly would say that he had some sort of damage. which would have put him on the back foot. But at least it gave me something to do, because I would have just been on my own about 2 million miles behind on my own, which would have been very boring. So it gave me some sort of challenge. And down the back straight here, I'm actually definitely gaining, as I can see on the distance marker on the left hand side. So actually he definitely has some sort of, look like, engine damage, because through this section here he seemed to get through very nicely, so I don't think his handling was affected too much. So some sort of engine damage, I would have thought, maybe from downshifting too fast. But let's see about trying to get past him. We've got about a lap and a quarter left to do, and we have a chance of getting back into the top 10, which would match our result of the previous round at Road America, where I managed an 11th and a 10th. So I've already got the 11th in this round, and we're going to try and get the 10th here, and it's right in front of us. As we across the line here to go on to the final lap, you can see there the straight line speed is way down on his car, and I'm through into 10th. Going to go a little bit too deep into the apex of 2, and then he's going to almost come back up the inside. But I'm just about going to have the line here for the left-hander of 3, and that's going to give me the position of 10th. Is he going to be able to come back here though, over the rise, going down towards turn number 4, just coming across to maintain the position of 10th, and then in the end that was about it. I was safe from there on in because he didn't have any speed down the straight. So we're going to cross the line to finish in 10th place. So overall, you know, not too bad a result, because it's always a struggle to get into this lobby. So simply not finishing last is it's good for me. I know it might not seem ambitious for you, but when the drivers are this good, simply even keeping up for a while is okay. There are the results. Red line dominating with Arkanator second. So that is going to bring a close to this one. Not the best results, but I definitely could have done worse. I could have done better. That pit lane mistake obviously costing me quite a lot of time, so obviously going to try to not do that. At least I didn't stall this round, which is a bonus. But that is going to bring a close to round number 3 at Sonoma Grand Prix circuit. Hope you can join me next week for round number 4, and do subscribe if you'd like to see more of the V8 Supercars action, and plenty more Forza 6 action in that case. So hit the like button as well if you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, goodbye.